Good evening and welcome to Doon for the second round clash of the Bouncy Court Hospital's Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. It is the meeting of county champions Kilmallock against 2020 winners na Piarsaigh. Tom Clancy on commentary duty, and I'd like to say I'm joined by Leo O'Connor, who's alongside me here, and it's a fine evening here in Doon for this championship tie. We'll look at the teams in a moment, but Leo, I must come to you first. Devastating news in Tipperary last evening with the passing of a very young man, a very talented hurler in Dylan Quirk.
Yeah,
It sent shockwaves around the country from a sporting contest, from a GA context, but it's tragic.
absolutely tragic. From a lifestyle alone, how a young fit man like that trained so hard all year with Tipperary, played 4 senior hurling championship matches with Tipperary, and for such a tragedy to happen, like you can't describe, because I know his father Dan. I played Harty Cup and he was a minor with Tip as well, Dan Quirk was, and even his uncle Declan Ryan. I'd been manager of that team last night. The whole place must be devastated. No words can describe it, and it's part of life. But look, it's just crazy, that these things can happen to such young people.
Yeah, just 24 years of age was Dylan, and thankfully Limerick GA have acknowledged it by there will be a minute's silence prior to all of this evening's games, and indeed this one, so we'll come to that again in a moment. So may Dylan rest in peace, and we do send our extended condolences to everyone involved with Clonalty, Rossmore and indeed Tipperary GAA. So I guess on that sad note, we do have to move on to what we have here on the offing, and it is an exciting game, if you put it that way, in the Piarsaigh and Kilmallock. We'll look at the teams first, and we'll look at the Piarsaigh team, and the Piarsaigh, as you can see over to our right hand side there, well and truly underway in their warm-up, and the Piarsaigh are going with an unchanged side for the one that defeated Doon last week. And Leo, I come to you. That side captained by William O'Donoghue, obviously Mike Casey, Peter Casey are the names that stand out, but I suppose the thing with the Piarsaigh, threats all over that we've come to know in the last 10 years.
Absolutely, this Piarsaigh team, they're tried and tested. Although there is you see that the changes that they're beginning to come into it. When you see Emmett McAvoy coming in at cornerback, he was wing back last year, settling in the cornerback there. Keir Kennedy, tried and trusted. Mike Casey, no words can describe what Mike has achieved over the last number of months with Limerick, and certainly inside in goals as well. Evan Condon, probably his first year really as an out-and-out number one with the Piarsaigh. Sean Long in the half-back line, Ronan Lynch, Cathal King, tried and trusted, loads of experience around the place. But it's a very, very interesting Piarsaigh team from there on up. There's buckets of experience when you see William O'Donoghue, Kevin Downs, Conor Boylan, David Dempsey, Peter Casey. Like, where does it stop? You know what I mean? They're just all marquee hurlers, and it's something that they'll definitely look forward to. And I like tonight. The win last week from the Piarsaigh will take the pressure off them, I think, going forward for tonight. But it's one that, is it really matter to both teams? I think both teams will come out of this now, because they both got good wins last week, so the pressure's off them. It'll be interesting to see whether they're single-minded enough to push on and drive and lay down a marker for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we'll come to the Kilmallock side now, and the Kilmallock side shows one late change, and it's one change from the side that more or less thumped Patrick Swell last week, despite the slow start, where they found themselves 2 goals and a point down to just 1 point inside 6 minutes. So that one change sees Philip O'Loughlin miss out through injury. In his place, though, is the very experienced Paddy O'Brien, a man who hurled, of course, in the half-back line for Limerick on many occasions. So I suppose the Kilmallock team, led by Captain Oisin O'Reilly, who will wear 8, but if last week's stream was anything to go by, we saw him floating around the half-forward line in a very productive role, chipping in with 4 points. And Leo, I come to you that the 6 Kilmallock forwards, or maybe if you want to include 7 if you're looking at Oisin O'Reilly, there's a real mix there of different talents. They're not all speedsters, they're not all strong men, but they're all well able to hurl, they're all able to take their score, and I suppose that's what Kilmallock are trying to develop, a good forward unit that can take on the best of the best.
Absolutely. When you look at number 11 centre forward, I worked with him with Limerick as an under 16. He played in goals Limerick under 20 this year. But I tell you this, if there's such thing as a pair of hands in Limerick GA, he has hands to melt a pound of butter, as the man said. They're just superb hands. His first touch is absolutely immense, and he's a very, very, might be the fastest guy in the world, but he's a very, very cute hurler. He's one that I think, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I saw him last year in the Munster Club final, well, January, early this year in the Munster Club final below. against Ballygunner, and he came on that day and once the club final and laid his mark, got a great goal, and nearly created another two and brought Kilmallock single-handed back into the match. So from that point of view, it's going to be interesting to see that tussle with Ronan Lynch. Connor will be very cute, as you saw last week, bringing Oisin O'Reilly into the game, bringing Robbie Hanley into the game. Mike Houlihan there is a guy now that has had 12 months experience with Limerick on the panel, and you'll see the difference in his fitness levels this year. Graham inside, Gavin, nothing more can be said about Gavin, and certainly one to really look forward to is Shane O'Brien inside corner forward, his first year at senior hurling, winner of a Munster under 20 medal this year with Limerick. So look,
he hit the ground running last week, had a goal and a couple of points as well.
It's just there's a lot of threat there, so I wouldn't be surprised if these two teams meet later on the year again in the county final.
Yeah, Leo, just ask you to call it very briefly. I know we're probably heading for the minute silence, which is well deserved, but just very quickly, who's going to come out on top in this one?
Very close, but Kilmallock just, I suppose.
Okay,
just tonight anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, that's the view of Leo O'Connor in the tactics truck, and we must thank Martin Ryan and Sons Haulage, who are in Cappamore, who have supplied us with a lovely truck to give us a bit of platform for this evening's contest. And we now start a minute silence for Dylan Cork. Impeccably observed minute silence for Dylan Cork, and once again we reiterate our extended condolences to Dylan's family and all involved with the Clonouty Rossmore Club, which is just a short distance away from us here in Doon. So the action, in fairness to the Doon club, they have the pitch in fantastic order here, and it looks as though na Piarsaigh will defend the goal to our left hand side and na Piarsaigh will defend to our right. So plenty of timber, I'd say, will be flying in this one. Two sides who know each other also well, and it's Johnny Murphy from Ballylanders, an inter-county referee, as we all know. He's the man with the whistle this evening, and he gets this one underway.
I think there's a change, Tom, already on the Piarsaigh team. I think Mike Foley is in playing left half back here.
Yeah, so we'll just confirm who has made way, but that wasn't confirmed to us by the club, but indeed is number 19 is Mike Foley for na Piarsaigh. So na Piarsaigh get the early possession, but Mike Houlihan cuts it out. Conor Hanley Clark, we mentioned the hands, lovely hands there. Hand passes it off to Oisin O'Reilly, or sorry, not it's his brother, Phelim, I should say. Phelim O'Reilly, another man with a yellow helmet, and inside the opening minute Phelim O'Reilly gets us off the mark, and you mentioned the hands of Conor Hanley Clark, and he delivers there with a lovely hand pass.
Delivered hand pass, quick hands, just the guy has just carries so much to the game now.
Yeah, and the first puck out from Evan Condon goes long, and it's a ruck developing there in front of us, and Paddy O'Brien, who didn't see game time last week, but straight into this one though, sends it low inside, and it looks like Cathal King, who's gone back into the full back line, is going to clear it. And I think perhaps it's Kieran Kennedy who may have missed out on the starting side for na Piarsaigh. Again, I will confirm that when we're 100% sure, but another ruck there in the edge of the 20-metre line, and it's number 14, and Adrian Breen, the team vice captain, who replies for na Piarsaigh, and just like that the sides are level.
Yeah, it's interesting that the na Piarsaigh team selection, trying to get a handle on it. Mike Foley is playing right half back here.
Yeah, Cathal King is certainly in the full back line. You can just see him on the edge of the square there.
Ronan Lynch has gone over left half back.
And Emmett McAvoy wearing number 2 is picking up Conor Hanley Clark.
Is wearing number 26 at St Mark and Gavin.
And there's Graham Mulcahy, but Mulcahy wayward on that occasion.
No, it's just very interesting. Garrod Sin is wearing number 26, playing full back for na Piarsaigh. Gavin is playing over around the 40 or 50. Oisin O'Reilly is hovering around the 50-yard line. So tactics, team selection has gone out the window. Tactics has taken over.
Yeah, Kevin O'Donnell with it on the far side, and a good healthy crowd from both sides behind him. But hooked on that occasion is Hanley Clark, and the ball going to go back towards the familiar site of Mike Casey. Such a powerful unit is Casey, breaks through a tackle and passes it off to Ronan Lynch. Lynch finds another man, and the ball is sent in low now to Will Hen, and Hen dispossessed by Paddy O'Brien. A wily old hurler is O'Brien, and he switches play across, and pops it from Aaron Costello, and it's Paddy O'Loughlin. And O'Loughlin to O'Brien, and O'Brien looks for Graham Mulcahy, hand on the back there, but Mulcahy isn't able to grasp it ahead of Mike Casey. They'll know each other also well from the Limerick side of things, as Keith Dempsey is just about hooked, but he gets it inside to Adrian Breen. Breen flicks it off, and it could be a chance here for Peter Casey. Casey, is he upended? He is. Casey is on the deck and unable to take any advantage.
Peter Casey gone down. He had full weight of the body, nothing intentional, but the full weight of the body just came down on him. I'm just wondering, he's just in a bit of pain at the moment. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, and as we
he's
know,
just gingerly getting to his feet.
As we know, Peter has had more than his fair share of injury troubles at Cruciate against Cork just around 12 months ago now, or not even 12 months ago. Great to see him back as he hobbles away from this one, and hopefully it is, as Leo says, nothing too serious. And Kevin Downs is going to stand over this free. It was Aaron Costello who upended Casey as he comes away a little bit gingerly.
Should be a simple tap over here for Kevin Downs, just on the 21-yard line, nearly dead straight in front of the goals. Yeah,
and he makes no mistake with that one, and into the lead for the very first time go the City Club. And a change of free taker this year for the Piarsaigh. Will Hen obviously had assumed the duties following, I suppose, the departure of Shane Dowling from that capacity. Interested to see Downsy on them.
Yeah, Downsy's a good free taker, in fairness to him. He hit him. I remember him hitting him.
The ball is sent in around the square, and it's just going to go wide, second wide for
wide, yeah,
but just to pick up that point.
Yeah, Downsy's a good free taker, steady, hitting them off the left there, good striking off the left. William Hen is out here in front of us. We're playing left half forward. It's, as I said, numbers mean nothing on these jerseys these days.
They most certainly don't, as the ball goes long, and it's towards Kevin Downs. He grappling there for it and takes it in around the chest area. Peter Casey jinks one way. Hurley is played, and the advantage allowed by referee Johnny Murphy is a good one, because the ball is sent over the bar by Peter Casey, and any worries about his demise injury wise anyway have been quickly averted there. A lovely score.
Can't beat a bit of experience, can you, Tom? The way he came out there, the way Downsy came out, gathered the ball in around the midriff and just popped it off to Casey, and Casey stepped inside and pops it over the bar. Very simplified game.
That's it, a real team performance so far in the early stages, and there's another foul there as a wild pull from Gavin O'Mahony, and Johnny Murphy is only a few metres away as
Graham was looking a bit aggrieved there, because he had the full weight of 2 or 3 Piarsaigh players around him, and certainly they put pressure on him.
Yes, Ronan Lynch sends it in, but he sends it straight towards Paddy O'Loughlin, and O'Loughlin has certainly changed the colour of helmet in recent seasons, and that Aaron Costello, who played with a bit of a free roll last week, sends it into Graham Mulcahy, and he's able to do little with that. There's a chance now for Piarsaigh to clear their lines to do through Mike Foley, and it's in around the square. Barry Hennessy thinks about coming, doesn't. Aaron Costello out to Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin surveying his options, a monster hitter of the ball, and he sends it straight in towards Shane O'Brien. What can O'Brien do with it? He's been well marshalled there by Cathal King, but that gets it again, and a chance still now. You hear, think, yes, sent in, but Graham Mulcahy has pulled that one to the right as well. His second wide.
Kilmallock's second wide as well, yeah. Tight angle for Graham there, but good work by Shane O'Brien. Got good possession and just popped it back out to Graham, and unfortunately wide.
Grode Sinnott is wearing 26, and he was just blocked there, but the ball does find its way around to the halfway line, and Kevin Downs, I think he was thinking of a score but didn't connect with it all too well, and it goes in for Costello. Back to Hennessy, Limerick's number 2, as you'll know, and he finds Micheál Houlihan, and Houlihan tidies that one up, but tremendous work rate from the Piarsaigh forwards as the referee allows play to continue. Chance now here, and it's well intercepted there, and it's going to be a 65.
For 65, yeah.
It was Houlihan who with the crucial touch.
The most pleasing thing from the Piarsaigh there is Conor Boylan's work rate. Aaron Costello thought he did the ball clear twice, and he got turned over. Just Conor's work rate around the place, doing exactly what he does from the Piarsaigh as he does for Limerick.
And it was, as I said, Micheál Houlihan. And in fairness to Houlihan, he's gone into the Limerick panel. He looks a lot trimmer. Not to say he wasn't trim, but he looks in an awful lot better shape as a result of that.
It's just the toning as well from the weight training, strength and conditioning. You know, with Carbra, it's just incredible experience for him, and one that he'll develop and push on further from here. I've no doubt about it, because he certainly has the hands.
Yeah, and he lit up the championship last year as Kilmallock eventually got that county title that very few would have predicted before a ball was pucked. And here's Kevin Downs with the first 65 of this evening. Not a puff of wind here, but he just keeps it inside that right hand post. And a 65 from Kevin Downs extends that advantage for the Cardiff men.
Yeah, it's certainly Downs. He looks very, very comfortable standing over those trees.
And it's a great take by Paddy O'Loughlin, and O'Loughlin is pulled on his way down by Kevin Downs. Monstrous take in the air there. That's a skill that you just love to see.
Two big men there now. Paddy used his power in the legs there to get up and get himself elevated and catch the ball over Kevin's head. And one that Kevin, I wouldn't say that he fouled him, I just think Kevin fell down when Kevin hit the ground. A bit of a tangle on the way down. And it just gives Mike Houlihan a chance here to get Kilmallock's second score of the game for the free.
Yeah, and it's two number 10s on free taking duties for now anyway, at least. And Houlihan was on target last week in a much different conditions in Newcastle West, as Kilmallock saw off Patrick Swelland straight through the middle of the crossbar there in Doon. And a much needed reply, Util, for
it's a game that really hasn't taken fire yet, Tom. It's both teams seem to be feeling each other out and just trying to get to the grips with the pace of it.
Here's David Dempsey, or Dahi as he's down in the programme this year, or this, yes indeed, that's a great score.
Absolutely great puck out from Evan Condon, found his man, found David Dempsey, who ran into the space and turned, simple ball, put it straight over the bar. Simple hurling. Yeah,
Evan Condon, a man who played on Limerick's second team as goalkeeper for oh so long, and finally getting his chance as the number one, if you like, for the club. And it was a great puck out, in fairness, and a good run from Dahi Dempsey, or David as many would know him. Great score, splitting the sticks, ball sent inside now to Adrian Breen, another man who has more or less ended his inter-county career for now at least, and he grabs it but sends it back towards the half forward line. But chance now as Keith Dempsey passes off to David. David goes through one challenge to another. Peter Casey bearing down a goal. Casey, and I think there's a hurley there from Barry Hennessy, and it's out for another 65. The first real goal chance of the evening.
Yeah, the first real goal chance of the evening, but it's the single-mindedness of David Dempsey there when the ball came across and the ball's popped off him there by I think it was Keith Dempsey.
Yeah,
his younger brother Keith popped it off to him. But it's just a single-minded. David stepped inside trying to create, popped it off to Casey. And Barry made a good save, but Casey, did he make full real contact? And I don't know, because I think he was half hooked. But certainly, the prowess of the Piarsaigh team going for goal the whole time. The minute the opportunity became available to head down and work to try and work the goal chance.
Yeah, and Piarsaigh, such as their dominance in the Limerick scene in the last year's goals, really have been main part of their diet, I guess you could say, as Kevin Downs sends over a 65 on the opposite side of the goals this time. But again, as I said, no wind at all here in Doon this evening, so he strikes a trait, and well, it was a bit of hesitation from the umpires, and the one on the right decides that it's wide, and a first wide, if my statistics are correct, for Piarsaigh.
Yeah.
Just millimetres in it, you feel, as the ball comes down here. There's Ronald Lynch beneath it. In fact, it's broken out to Dempsey. That's David Dempsey, and he goes off on a familiar solo run off to Downs. Downs unable to gather the passes. Costello bursts out with it. Here is O'Reilly. O'Reilly to O'Brien. Oh, that's good work from Conor Boylan. We mentioned it already. The work rate in the Piarsaigh forwards, a real staple of what they're trying to do. And another foul there, as David Dempsey thought the whistle had gone against him, but he had the possession and he was pulled back. But Piarsaigh really not letting Kilmallock get into any bit of a flow.
No, there's one man turning them over the whole time. And it's a word that's become part of hurling now, is turnover ball. And certainly Conor Boylan, he's had 3 very, very important turnovers there. And you can see the work rate of the guy, because Paddy thought he had possession. Conor turned him over, and free committed, and simple chance here for Kevin Downs. 60 yards out, yeah. There you go, straight over the bar.
Yeah, well, he makes no mistake with that one, does Downs, and he's on the mark again. A 6 point for his side, and I guess we were hoping for fireworks. We haven't seen it just yet, but Kilmallock struggling to get into their rhythm as Costello spills that puck out, but finds Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin opens the shoulder, sends it all the way into young Shane O'Brien, an All-Ireland winner with Ardscoil Reach earlier this spring, and he decides to recycle it to Oisin O'Reilly, but the pass is too high for the captain, and there's a wild swing there from Phelan O'Reilly, but no contact made as play goes on. Kevin Downs, through a couple of green shirts, switches hands and drops the hurley.
Yeah, trapped the hurley there.
And a rule that's even gone from Camogie now. So
one of the most pleasing things that's evident in a Piarsaigh point of view is the minute the minute a man gets possession of the ball, the amount of options he has. The players making the runs off the shoulder tonight. There's a far more alertness in them tonight than there seemed to be in their game last week. It seems that little more focused, and it's one that they're creating the opportunities. You see the work rate around the middle of the field there, that middle third, which has become so important.
yeah, I put it to you as well that Kilmallock not fully underside. The puck out goes straight to Aaron Costello. He spills it. The ball from Shane O'Brien back to Oisin O'Reilly is just that little bit off. So just a small few percent is missing from Kilmallock. There's no percent missing on that. Straight over the bar from Houlihan.
Interesting as well, though, Tom, from the Piarsaigh point of view, the four of the forwards are on the scoreboard already tonight, and the match is only on, 13-14 minutes?
Yeah, bright start from their forward unit. We mentioned it too. Impressive, I suppose, 10 to 15s on display for both sides. It's Graham Mulcahy wearing 13, goes in an old-fashioned pull on the ball, but it's going to go straight to a light blue shirt. And it's the shirt of Mike Casey, and he bounces off Conor Hanley-Clark and gets the pass away. Kilmallock hunting in packs, and they look to have turned it over. Phelim O'Reilly in there, but again, not easy ball for Kilmallock, and and the Piarsaigh shirt who comes up with it. Kevin Downs receives the pass from William O'Donoghue, and Downs straight over the bar.
You know, when you reach certain points in games, Tom, and you get a score that emphasises the importance of it, that it was both teams were really scrambling and working hard for the ball there, and then the Piarsaigh to end up with a score out of a big turning point for the game.
And O'Loughlin almost hooked by Will Henn, and he sends it in direct to O'Brien, spills it, gathers it on while he's on his feet, tries to bait a hand pass off, advantage coming. And for a teenager, Leo, we don't see many teenagers playing at that level because of A, the rules, and I guess B, the size of players these days. But O'Brien, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't think he's a man who just finished up school.
He's a very, very good hurler. He's great hands. He's a big, strong lad. He's over 6 foot high, and the hand is getting up there, but he's getting it. If you don't make me sense, so he's getting an absolutely superb ball from here from Paddy O'Loughlin in front of us.
The exact same ball two times in a row.
Yeah, that diagonal ball going over there, and he's contesting it. And when he has the height and the size, he's putting up his hand and he's getting great possession for Kilmallock. And this is their second free off him from ball going in that way.
Yeah, and Houlihan just keeping them some bit in touch. Another free, his third. And the only other score was that Phelim O'Reilly point inside the opening minute. So Kilmallock rather will need to improve on that if they're going to have any chance of taking a second win on the bounce. As Aaron Costello goes up with David Dempsey, the ball breaks to, I think it was Peter Casey. Then it's David Dempsey. Chance of a goal, and he sticks it to the back of the net. They came in along the end line and into the back of the net, and Johnny Murphy's not too impressed by something maybe after, and he's calling across Dan Joy. But a familiar sight in the Piarsaigh, working a hand pass, getting in on goal, and it was David Dempsey sticking it home.
David Dempsey sticking it home, but I tell you this, you got to admire the hunger that David Dempsey has come to this game with. He's laid down a marker. He's a goal and a point got already, but you just briefly mentioned it in the last play, Tom. Worrying point from Kilmallock. Kilmallock only 1 point from play got. So from that point of view, it's a worry for him, and certainly look at the pressure that's on the short puck out there. They're trying to turn him over, and the Piarsaigh trying to turn him over, but they work it out this time. Fair juice to Aaron Costello. Yeah,
good work between Costello and Houlihan as it comes across to O'Brien. Again, David Dempsey in there, and he just disrupts that pass or shot or whichever it was, and the ball is going all the way towards the end line. And O'Brien working hard there from a Kilmallock point of view. And we just can't see exactly where the end line is. The umpire has gone to look, and he's going to give a 65 to the county champions. The scoreboard, though, it doesn't lie. And Piarsaigh certainly on top, Leo.
Yeah, 6 points up now. This is a very important free that it goes over the bar from Mike Houlihan, or the 65 that goes over the bar from Mike Houlihan here, because just Kilmallock need to keep in touch now here, bring it back down to a 2-score game, and just keep, if they get the lucky break and get a goal, they're back into it, but it's certainly one you got to admire from the Piarsaigh. My God, the work rate, the intensity, the pace that they're playing at. I didn't think, to be quite honest, and I said it before the game, I didn't think that, they'd be hitting this level so early in the championship, but certainly one that you got to admire, their fitness levels, their sharpness, really, really on par tonight.
Yeah, I put it to you as well. Kilmallock won the county title last year, and no one's denying that they were deserving winners. But from the Piarsaigh point of view, they weren't beaten by Kilmallock. They'll probably be kind of saying, you didn't beat the best if they think they're the best. You didn't beat us along the way. They were actually beaten in the group by Na Piarsaigh.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's one that you see Kilmallock. Kilmallock will stay there. This goes over the bar. Gone over the bar. Yeah. They'll keep in touch, and hopefully, as I said, they get the break and get back into it.
Yeah, double scores now. 5 points for the Ballback and 1-7 for the City Club as the puck out goes beyond the halfway line, and Houlihan, who scored that 65, looks to get on it, but again it's Dempsey, and it's Keith Dempsey on that occasion, and now David picks it up. David Dempsey skips through one challenge and passes it off as a wall of green comes up from Peter Casey, but he's able to get a pass off to Kevin Downs. Downs off the right. He's been busy so far, but just hooking this one slightly off target. Impressive running the whole time as that. Robbie Hanley opens the shoulders. Nice quick puck out, and finally another player is on the score sheet from play for a Kilmallock point of view. It's Robbie Hanley.
Absolutely great score. Quick puck out by Barry, found Robbie in the middle of the field and bang straight over the bar. Simple game again from Kilmallock.
Here's Ronan Lynch receiving a pass from Keith Dempsey back to David, and Dempsey sends it in. It's not the greatest of balls, but picked up by Boylan, and Boylan off to Will Hen. Shouts of a throw, but it's a lovely hand pass, and Will Hen is now on the mark. And just like that, they reply to that Robbie Hanley point with a point through Will Hen.
Trademark of a really good team, I suppose, really. Well done, Connor.
There's the hands we spoke of, skipping out of a couple of challenges, and the ball out to Paddy O'Loughlin off the left. We may need Hawkeye for that one. In fact, we don't, because it's tailed considerably to the left and
reminiscent of the one he scored below Walsh Park 2 years ago in Munster Championship for Limerick. Certainly a similar opportunity, just one went wide for him.
Yeah, a marauding run up the left on that occasion in the Munster Championship, but off target on this occasion as the puck out again goes in around that Kilmallock 45, and again it opens up for Na Piarsaigh, and Will Hen, just like that, he's got a quick fire double.
Must to say, when you get one you get two, just like that. Will Hen.
Yeah.
Working into space, and two very good, well taken scores for him.
And it doesn't really matter which way the six forwards line up, Leo, does it? Na Piarsaigh, they're so comfortable with each other. They know where the posts are. As I say, the posts don't move.
They're rotating around the place the whole time. I see for the puck outs there.
Chance here now is that Phelan O'Reilly breaks onto it. Will he look for something more than a point? He does, because he was looking for Shane O'Brien, but Cathal King, a man of considerable experience, bursts out with it, and he finds there's steps there, and too many steps from Garot's in it, I should say.
Yeah, by Mike Foley.
Mike Foley.
Yeah, just too much less, but it was very, very good defending by Cathal King when the ball was played across the square there from Phelan O'Reilly. Got out in front of Shane, defended it, hand down, did the simple thing and did it very well, Yeah, but for the first time this evening, I think we've had someone done for taking too many steps, and it's a chance for Houlihan to add to his 4 points already. 3 frees and a 65 to his name. I see Fintan O'Connor there just going out having words there with Conor Hanley. Are they trying to change things up here around the middle of the field? Because certainly that middle third and Piarsaigh have taken control of it. But the biggest problem to have at the moment, Kilmallock at the moment, is the rotation of the Piarsaigh forwards. David Dempsey's playing a superb game. Peter Casey's out in that forward line now with Conor Boyle, and then you've Kevin Downs gone inside in the full forward line. So it's that rotation that's causing the biggest problem for Kilmallock.
As Houlihan makes no mistake with that one. And his 5th and a 7th for the champions is Evan Condon, a man now in his late 20s, but has been such a great soldier for their intermediate, and indeed before that when they were a junior side, and getting his day as number 1, or his time as number 1 now. As again, Na Piarsaigh looking for a bit of an opening, but all the way back there is Gavin O'Mahony. Of course, synonymous with playing in the defensive role when he was in the Green of Limerick, but he's been in the forwards recently for Kilmallock. Ball across to William O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue off the left. That's going to go straight between the sticks from William O'Donoghue. And it's not something, because of the role he plays with Limerick, it's not something he's synonymous with, but he is able to take a score. There's no doubt about it.
And he had another 10 yards in front of him there that he could have taken and popped it over the bar, but certainly struck of a long distance, and one that he'll be delighted with.
Yeah, he's captain of the side again this season, as again the Kilmallock puck out is gone against him, and the ball across towards Cathal King. And King has a survey of his options and finds Boylan. Conor Boylan sends it across here towards Will Hen. It's not going to be clean because Aaron Costello is there. Costello kicks it, and the flag is up from Patsy Coffey.
It's the options there again, though, Tom. You know, when Piarsaigh coming out with the ball, seeing that long diagonal ball, but the ball was coming out this side of the field originally, worked it to the far side, and it's the amount of options that they have to deliver ball to.
Ball taken short to sideline, that is, by Piarsaigh, and it's into Peter Casey. Shouts to steps Casey onto the hurley, and then off his right. Doesn't get it right. He sends it to the near side and wide. And Barry Hennessy looking to get on with it again. Look at up the field. There's a couple of free bodies, but he doesn't give it quick enough.
Oisin seems to be gone in centre forward now. For Kilmallock, Michael Hoolan taking the ball in his own 60, his own 50-yard line.
And, you can hear from the groans from Kilmallock.
It's just gone wide. But it's the pressure that, in fairness to Piarsaigh, that they're putting on the Kilmallock puck out. They're getting nothing easy and they have to go.
William O'Donoghue was turned over by Graham Mulcahy. Mulcahy unable to pick it. He would have been clean through on goal. He is fouled by his inter-county teammate William O'Donoghue. Apologised to Evan Condon. Strange to see O'Donoghue back so far looking for the short puck up, but he made a bit of a mess of it, and a chance for Kilmallock.
Piarsaigh seem to be playing the ball through the lines. It's like you've never seen the Piarsaigh team in the years gone by, playing it so deep and going so short, and they have the confidence to play through the lines tonight. And you're just seeing a different aspect of it, you know, that the way they're playing the game. Certainly, one free that you think that Michael Hoolan will bang over the bar. He's on the 21-yard line, 10 yards in from the sideline. So difficult enough free, but one that you think he would convert. Yeah,
he scored one from a similar position. You recall a couple of minutes ago. That was done for overcarrying this time. Graham Mulcahy is fouled, and a chance for Houlihan. Just feel Kilmallock really need to keep themselves in touch, because the Piarsaigh have the wily old habit of streaking away from teams of any standard, as Houlihan makes no mistake.
Yeah, another good free from Mike Houlihan, but certainly it's one that, you know, next score is vitally important now for Kilmallock, seeking to put 2 scores back to back here and try and get work their way back into it. What's it, 5 points in it as we speak? Try and get it back to a 4-point game. Just do the simple thing and just concentrate and keep working hard on it.
Yeah, and even try and get their normally vocal support kind of into the contest. A good healthy crowd across and enjoying the facilities here in Doon. Little to shout about if you've come from South Limerick so far. Houlihan's free is really keeping them in the contest. As touch there, well contested by, I think it's Phelan O'Reilly on that occasion. Another line ball though for Piarsaigh.
The condition of the field, Tom, is absolutely, the field is impeccable in fairness with here. Looks to be a beautiful surface, and I just had a quick look at it before the game. Fabulous surface, fabulous layer of grass in it. Yeah,
it's excellent at this time of year. As well, there's very little danger there if you're a Kilmallock defender, although it is Peter Casey, it must be said. He's fouled right in the corner, and Kevin Downs will trot over for another free. Yeah, we must again compliment Doon on the facilities. In fairness, you look around the grounds here, there's a fantastic stand on the far side. There hasn't been too many senior club championship games here in the last few years, and I think Doon have rolled out everything they could. They've sorted the car parking, everything. They want the big games here. They're a senior club, of course, themselves, and were in action last evening, defeating Adair in Tlahan.
Might have a bit to say before this championship is out. Seem to be hurling well at the moment, Doon.
Yeah, and they were in a good position last week in the wind and rain in Tlahan, but unable to see it out against the men in blue in front of you. It's Kevin Downs.
That's a great score for going over the bar.
Yeah, it is, certainly has. And I guess the free taking proving very important in a lot of ways, but keeping the scoreboard ticking at both ends. Not an awful lot of space at times from play. These sides know each other oh so well. As Downs plays the hurley, but a play goes on. Kevin O'Donnell raiding through the middle to Graham Mulcahy. Mulcahy, you've yet to see him on the score sheet. Back to Houlihan. There's a sea of blue there. There's a clash there between William O'Donoghue and Houlihan, but Piarsaigh come up with it. Dempsey looks at the post. He's going to be disappointed with that one, as it's gone well to the left and wide, and a fourth wide.
But that turnover alone, Tom, there was 6 Piarsaigh players around between Michael Houlihan and Conor Hanley. Turned them over straight away free.
Yeah, free coming here if Mulcahy misses it, and he's sent it across to the face and wide. But
pulling it back for a free there, but the hurley with the hand was a little bit high around the neck from Ronan Lynch. Certainly Graham, you know, has come back into this game in the last 5-10 minutes there, and he's making an impact up front for Kilmallock, and certainly, you know, keep that scoreboard ticking over, bring it back down to a 5-point game. But as I said, the most important thing is to try and get 2 scores back to back and just keep working their way back into it now.
Yeah, second free run in quick succession from Mulcahy, the elder statesman of the Limerick panel in a lot of ways, and a real good servant to Limerick in the last, I think, 12, 13 seasons now, and a great servant to his club, as we well know. Just unable to find a radar so far with his shooting, but he wins a free here for Houlihan. So
difficult enough free now. What's only about 5 yards in out in the 45-yard line. Difficult enough free.
yeah, and Houlihan, well, you can tell from the applause on the far side that he's made no mistake with that one. An exhibition of free taking.
Yeah, an interesting thing for the Piarsaigh, if you look at all the positives the Piarsaigh have, but the negative thing, the thing about tonight is from they've conceded 6 frees. They'll be disappointed in that. That's something that they'll have to look at, you know, over what, 28 minutes of hurling. You know, they've conceded those 6 frees, and that's something that they'll have to look at.
Yeah, when the latest score I have in the hand Patrick Swell match is 6 points apiece. That is a couple of minutes old, that score, but level pegging there in Carrick-on-Lish as this one continues now, and it's out to Sinnott. Sinnott gets his pass away. Kevin Downs again into the breadbasket, as they say, opens the shoulders, but just snatches that one a little. And it's not a style of fielding we see too often, but because of his size, he's done it well, as the ball just eludes Conor Hanley-Clark, and O'Reilly, Oisin O'Reilly that is in contesting it there, but again a light blue shirt comes up with it, and it's Mike Casey, but he gives it straight away to Robbie Hanley, and Hanley's effort tails just to the right. There's
was that a 65?
Yeah. Well, it was a good, I suppose, half block that in the eyes of the referee didn't play off a hurley, but it certainly put the shot off target, because Robbie Hanley looked to have the eye in for that one, but na Piarsaigh getting on with it, still maintaining that 5-point advantage. Kevin Downs hits the deck, Paddy O'Loughlin pulls on it, and it breaks up nicely for Dan Joy, and Joy pops it off to Houlihan. And again, there's protest for a piece of the ball sent to Shane O'Brien. 1-on-1 with Carl King. Does he have the legs to get out in front? He does. He flicks it inside, and O'Brien, we haven't seen much of him on the ball so far, and
that's a very good score.
That's a great score from Shane O'Brien, warming to the task. And you mentioned 2 points in a row, Leo. You can hear the roars that went up over on the far side when that went up.
Gradually bringing it back down. So important now to keep the work rate up a minute or two before half time and just keep that going.
Yeah, and they're well set up to defend this puck out, are they? No, David Dempsey goes up well with Paddy O'Loughlin. Good, fair contest. Peter Casey, as we know so well, just dipping in under the challenge, and out comes the arm from Paddy O'Loughlin. And Peter Casey wins his side of free. Just
using his bit of experience here, as Peter just came out, picked the ball. The instant thing that Kilmallock will have to look at half time is the amount of breaking ball that they're actually losing. They're getting the ball to ground, but the Piarsaigh players are that little bit sharper, coming in, taking it, and you know, winning frees like that. And as I said, you know, the Piarsaigh will do that all night long. Just keep that scoreboard ticking over. What, 68, 69 yards out.
Yeah.
And, you know, right in the middle of the field, you expect Kevin to bang this one straight over the bar again. One thing tonight, Tom, is the quality of the free taking that's here. It's absolutely impeccable. You know, you have 2 very, very good free takers. Kevin, the way he's been hitting them, probably put the commentators cursing him down at the moment. But
he missed one already. It's okay. He missed the 65, but
no, in fairness, like
it is top quality.
It is top quality between Michael Houlihan and Kevin Downs tonight. There's no chance being left.
We just assume at this level players won't miss. They are human after all, but it still takes a phenomenal amount of practice and I suppose talent to do it. And Downs, we haven't put any curse in him at all. There's the final action of the first half as Kevin Downs re-extends that advantage with his latest free. So 112 to 10 points here in Doon. Leo Kilmallock, na Piarsaigh will clearly be the happier of the two sides. That goal from David Dempsey was a well-worked team score, like a lot of their scores from play. Kilmallock, though, I suppose, just waiting for something to ignite and get themselves really into this one.
Yeah, look, I just think that they're going to get a goal chance, but they'll have to get it early in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They're going to have to get the goal, because otherwise I think na Piarsaigh, they looked at a little bit sharper tonight. They looked at a bit more hungrier, and it's one that na Piarsaigh have taken the challenge. So I think we said it that maybe is it too early in the year, but it's certainly one that going forward that this Piarsaigh team in business this year. I'm very, very impressed with the pace and the speed. Bearing in mind when you consider the amount of players they have on the sideline there, when you see Tommy Grimes on the sideline knowing that he has to come back into a team, Jerome Boylan has to come back into a team, you know, they have a lot of players, a lot of strength and depth, and it's something that Piarsaigh can look forward to later in the year. But Kilmallock are going to be slightly disappointed in the way they're playing. Like they've only 2 forwards have scored from play. Phelan O'Reilly with a point and Shane O'Brien with a point. Robbie Hanley got the other point in the middle field. 3 points in play over 30 minutes of hurling. You know, they're the things that
cut it against the Piarsaigh.
No, you're not going to win any championship match against the Piarsaigh, especially, you know, just doing that. But certainly, look, a lot to play for in the second half.
Yeah, as our cameraman zooms in on the convention that's beneath us in the Piarsaigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 heads in there, just trying to plot the downfall of Kilmallock in the second half. We're going to take a short break here. Do keep the stream on. Grab yourself a cup of tea and be back for the second half. But it's the Piarsaigh in the ascendancy. 5 points to the good on the scoreline of Kilmallock 10 points. The Piarsaigh 112. Welcome back to Doon. It is the second half of the Bonsecours Hospital Hurling Championship clash of Kilmallock and Piarsaigh, and it is Piarsaigh in the driving seat. 1-12 to 10 points they lead the county champions. We're just waiting upon the City men to re-emerge from the dressing room to our right hand side, but Kilmallock out on the pitch ready to go, and Tom Clancy with you again for the second half, and Leo O'Connor to my left hand side. Leo, come to you now to ask you, what do Kilmallock have to do to get themselves back in and try and get that second win under their belt?
First of all, anyway, around the middle of the field is to deliver the ball quicker. They're being turned over around the middle of that middle third of the field where you have the likes of Oisin O'Reilly. We'll say Oisin, and just looking there now and start the second half, the way he's lined up, he's inside in the full forward line. But like, they were too slow, they were being turned over, constantly turned over by the Piarsaigh. The likes of William O'Donoghue, the strength and conditioning of him, Kevin Downs, David Dempsey, Conor Boylan. Conor Boylan had about 4 or 5 turnovers there in the first half. So that's one of the things that Piarsaigh or Kilmallock have to deal with to get back into the game. When they get in the ball and contact, deliver it quicker, because Piarsaigh turned them over due to their work rate. You can't beat experience. Keith Dempsey's out around the middle of the field, picking up ball and cleaning ball in, and I don't know who was doing the work. And as I said, Conor Boylan, like, we all know what Conor does. Conor's work rate is huge, and as I said, turnovers that he's got, Downsy's on fire, Adrian Breen, Peter Casey, the experience that they have all over the field, it's just immense. So from that point of view, Kilmallock are just going to have to dig this one in. The Piarsaigh, we were just looking at them before the match with their looking at stats at half time there. One of the things that I have to look at, and I mentioned it already, is their free count. Certainly the Piarsaigh are keeping Kilmallock in the game by giving away too many silly frees. Yeah,
we're back underway here so for the second half, and just briefly inform you that the other half-time scores around the county in the Senior Hurling Championship. There's a free there for Piarsaigh, another turnover, and they forced too many steps there. But very briefly, elsewhere in this group, in Section A, the Patrick Swell hand match sees Patrick Swell leading on the same scorelines we have here, 1-12 to 10 at the interval. In the second group, Group B, Kildown Palskenry 9, South Liberty 7, and Ballybrown are streaking away from Mungo, 115 to 6 points to the good against their near neighbours. So an opportunity straight away now for Ronan Lynch to put a score beside his name. We haven't seen him on any frees so far this evening, as he's just bang in the middle of the field. Lynch lifting and striking, and that's going to tail to the left.
Wide.
Yeah, wide, and a bit of a let off for Kilmallock.
Let off at the start of the second half for Kilmallock. Quick puck out already. Kilmallock Barry's up the pace of the game already. Yeah, they need to know. You
might spot there that Graham Mulcahy far away back in his own half-back line, really, and not something we're accustomed to seeing. As Sinnott gets on it, well, he doesn't. It's Mike Casey just flicked away by Gavin O'Mahony, but just runs out of grass and out for the first line ball of the second half.
If body language is anything to go by, Tom, Kilmallock have come out of the traps here. You can see the urges in their play already, the way Gavin approached that. The quick puck out straight out to Dan Joy there, and just trying to get the ball up the field as quickly as possible.
Yeah, Fintan O'Connor, the former Kerry manager, of course, involved this season. You wonder what he would have been saying at half time, but it would have been, you need to up it, lads, or else we'll be looking at a first loss of the season. Ball just broken there by William O'Donoghue. Graham Mulcahy grabs it though, and Mulcahy skips through a couple of challenges. No free doing, says the referee. William O'Donoghue there on it. Paul is pulled on, breaks towards Piarsaigh. Peter Casey picks it, grabs it. Strength to get through a couple of challenges. Keith Dempsey onto it now. Dempsey with a bit of grass in front of him, opens up the shoulders off the left, and Keith Dempsey,
great
first score of the second half.
Emphasises again the work rate of Piarsaigh. Go around the middle third, a quick turnover ball. They're worked it through the lines, get on to Keith Dempsey, and he does the simple thing really, really well.
Yeah, extends that advantage out to 6, and you just feel Kilmallock really need to keep in check, or else this one will get away from them. Piarsaigh so strong around that middle third, and again they come up with the goods. Ronan Lynch surveying his option, sends a little ball here as Conor Hanley-Clark blocks it and then flicks it as Robbie Hanley opens out. It's going to go all the way in there, and there's a push. And
push inside by Mike Casey on Oisin O'Reilly. Just when you thought he was getting possession, is he given the free? He's given the penalty. Is he giving the penalty? No, it's just a free in the 21-yard line.
He's just straightening it up, I suppose, for a bit of protest. So Mike Casey
will they go for the goal here? Will Michael Houlihan have a pop here? Well, surprised not to see Conor Hanley-Clark going in over this one.
Yeah, five on the line.
5 on the line.
Perhaps he would have looked across for instruction, or maybe
Second
he's
half on 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect start. If you got this one, get yourself back into it, bring it to a one-score game.
So Houlihan lifts and ignores Leo's pleads to go for a goal, but opens their account for the second half.
Yeah, one score each now. Start the second half.
Yeah,
and certainly Kilmallock have come out and they've really, as I said, the intensity levels have really gone up. Now, once they've gone through the roof, but they've lifted it, and you can see they're fully intent on getting back into the game. Here's
Emmett McAvoy. McAvoy though goes through a couple of challenges. Former Limerick minor and under 20 is McAvoy, and Graham Mulcahy. Again, there's protests for a freeze from the Kilmallock bench to our left hand side, but it's Piarsaigh coming out with it. David Dempsey dispossessed. Chance now for this is Phelan O'Reilly. He scored early in the contest, and those are the sort of moments.
Phelan O'Reilly's second point from play for Kilmallock. You can see it. They're lifted. That bit more down to a 4-point game. Next score is important now.
Yeah, those are the sort of turnover scores that can really lift the side, and they'll look to add to that. But it breaks to Boylan, who's yet to get on the score sheet, but has done so much damage to this rear guard as Peter Casey hooks it in and just inside that post.
Can't beat experience, can you? You know the way Casey came around the back of Conor Boylan there, gave Conor the option, just popped it out to him, and a great score again from Casey.
Yeah, some of these moves are starting to look like rugby moves in terms of the precision that they're carried out at, that they're nearly being worked on. Conor Hanley-Clark, lovely set of hands, we keep saying. Grabs it, goes through a couple of challenges, pops a hand pass off to Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell met by the blue wall of Piarsaigh, and he can just about get it away. Graham Mulcahy skipping away. Lovely vision to find Micheál Houlihan, and Houlihan, does he have the pace to go closer to goal? He does, and he can open up the shoulders. The applause on the far side will tell you that he's got his first point from play, if I'm not mistaken. And well worked score, but it was hard earned.
Graham out around the middle of the field, the way he's spraying the ball around there. You can see he's beginning to open up that Piarsaigh backline, and it's just gradually bringing him back into the game.
Yeah, and a lively start to the second half as Paddy O'Brien just about gets the hand pass off Conor Hanley-Clark, sends it in direct. Another tussle inside, and there's a free there against Mike Casey. Well, Casey is a really, really strong defender, and perhaps too strong for his own good on that occasion. Shane O'Brien, I think, the man he fouled, and there's a yellow card for Casey. 2 frees in quick succession against him, and Johnny Murphy has had enough, and he gives the free. Defensive point of view, are you angry to be conceding a free there?
Yeah, you would be, but Mike Casey's given Shane O'Brien there a welcome party, I suppose, really, since he got on him at the start of the second half. Certainly there, Shane showed his strength, that the guy has, and he's only I think he's under 20 again next year, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think
and bringing a free in again.
More dissent from the Piarsaigh.
More dissent from the Piarsaigh. They'll be disappointed, as I said, at half times. One of the things they have to look at is Michael Houlihan going to have a go here.
Oh, he's going to go for it, I think. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I think once Emmett McAvoy made his way back in the line, there was probably enough cover, and he just half thought about it. But we're finally back to a 1-score game.
Back to a 3-point game. Kilmallock, the pace of Oisin O'Reilly inside there, half a chance, and he's gone, and you're back in it.
Yeah, and a ball straight to David Dempsey. Gathers it at the second attempt, sends it off to his brother Keith. Keith is hooked, dispossessed, but back to David. Somehow Piarsaigh hold on to it, and the ball given away to Paddy O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin drills it in. Lovely touch, lovely turn by Houlihan. He's run out of space, but he gives it back to Phelan O'Reilly. O'Reilly goes through one challenge, through another, sends it back to Conor Hanley-Clark. Just a crucial few minutes, you really feel, as ball sent across by William Henn. Missed there by Ronan Lynch, and onto it comes Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell inside to Shane O'Brien. Tightly marked is O'Brien by Peter Casey, and there is a free out. And I think the correct decision, in fairness.
Mike Casey using all his experience there, keeping him outside, just gone down over the ball, and Shane came through the back of him and got his free.
Emmett McAvoy takes it quickly and doesn't see the cover that's there. It's Paddy O'Brien. O'Brien almost hooked. And, I suppose the delayed reaction from Paddy O'Brien. Referee says play on. Look at this for stuff. There's a foul there by Phelan O'Reilly, and it's really hotting up now, Leo.
The championship is beginning to come out in them now. 8 minutes into the second half, beginning to really sparking up here, and it's taking a life of its own now. Both teams are going. The Piarsaigh, that little bit of pressure, 1-score game.
And Micheál Houlihan has broken a bit of timber in that passage of play. So
there'll be a few sore bodies going into the dressing room this evening after that little passage of
they
play.
most certainly will. And their sides, thankfully, from that point of view, have a break until the last week of this month into early September for round 3.
It's interesting here, Tom, to know is Ronan going to go for this fully. I think the way he's lining up, I'd say he's going to go for it. But certainly, would you be better off just laying it in around? There's a big pocket down here, right down in front of us. Someone runs out into that.
Yeah, again, he decides to strike and look at the height he's put on that. And it's gone
Some
straight over the red spot here.
Absolutely, some score.
A monster puck from Lynch, and the Piarsaigh just inch further clear again. And Kilmallock getting on with it with the sharp puck out. But, I suppose each ball now contested around the middle is fiercely contested. Kilmallock have come to the party in the second half. You can be sure of that as Paddy O'Loughlin comes out of the tackle with Dempsey. There's a lot of steps there, but referee says play on. Chance now for Costello. Again, just running into traffic. They get out through it as Houlihan passes it off and sent in now by
here goes Shane O'Brien.
Shane O'Brien. He's spun around the place by Cathal King. And interesting to note that with Mike Casey on the yellow, Cathal King has reverted to Shane O'Brien. He's causing havoc. That's 3 frees now. He's won early in the second half.
Yeah, but how many frees has he won in total in the game today, Tom? That must be his 6th or 7th free that the Piarsaigh have conceded on him, and maybe just run and just stay back another 10 little yards further back and just cut off that diagonal ball, because certainly Shane O'Brien is causing them a little bit of grief.
Yeah, he's attacking that lovely ball in every time and getting out in front, and a chance for Houlihan. And little doubt about that one, straight over. And another point for him as the gap is back to that goal. That goal, a reminder.
9th point from a free in the game tonight. Certainly the Piarsaigh just got to look at that.
Yeah, if I recall, when their backs were to the wall last year against Ballyroan, I think he hit 16 points in total as Conor Boylan gets through 2-3 challenges, bears down a goal, flicks it across, ball spilling in around there, chose to pull on it, a bit like what he did against Tipperary in the Munster Championship. William O'Donoghue, he pulls on it to Peter Casey, has freedom of doing here. Casey, great save, back, another great save, and Barry Hennessy spills it away. What a double save by the Kilmallock number 1. Well, I'd have put my house on him on both occasions.
I'd put my house on the rebound.
Yeah, and Ronan Lynch there, good pressure from Houlihan. Lynch opens the shoulders. No, it's still breaking away inside there. And finally, Mark O'Loughlin comes up with it with a bit of time, and Kilmallock can work it out with a ball bouncing around there. What a double save. He was beaten with the second one, got the body in the way. And will that be inspiration? Shane O'Brien, out goes the arm from Johnny Murphy, free coming in. There's another foul. And O'Brien sends it high. He sends it, I think, going to be narrowly. Oh, yes, indeed, it would have gone wide indeed. But 2 quick fouls. Cathal King on this occasion. And temper is really starting to flare up. But if we can, we'll come back to Shane O'Brien in a second. What about the double save from Barry Hennessy?
Listen, the first save was a good save, is the word I would use, where Peter bounced it. And Barry got across to it, made a good save. But the rebound was absolutely top drawer. I was fully sure that the ball was inside the back of the net. Barry got his hurley to it, but not alone that then, Tom. He got the little flick when the ball broke and just cleared the danger, because anyone could have run in at that stage and flicked the ball or kicked the ball to the back of the net. But certainly a triple save in my opinion. Yeah,
3 great interactions to stop the score as Micheál Houlihan adds another. He's up to double digits now, if our maths are correct.
Yeah, he's 10 point down to a 2-point game. Certainly the Piarsaigh will want to up the pace a bit, but one that Kilmallock have come out in the start of the second half, as we said it, their intent, you could see it straight away.
Here's Keith Dempsey now. Dempsey, is he going to run out of road? Well, he doesn't get a shot off, but he does get it. Well, I thought he had it, but it's Aaron Costello who comes up with it. Costello jets one into Graham Mulcahy. 3 the Piarsaigh he's come around him. William O'Donoghue is one of them, and he breaks onto it. O'Donoghue skips through a couple of challenges, and there's too many steps from the Piarsaigh captain.
He was trying to get his hand over the shoulder just to pop the ball off here to Adrian Breen in his outside, but certainly one that definitely overcarried. Robbie Hanley's trying to bring the ball another 20 yards out the field.
Why wouldn't you? If you can get away with it at all, you might as well try it, but he's told to go back. As Johnny Murphy just waiting in around there, and he's going to have a word, I think, with, is it Peter Casey, or just see what he does now.
The Kilmallock player is down injured. Who is it? Is it It's Phelan O'Reilly. Liam Mulcahy put his hand there, says okay, resume his duties. But certainly, could that be the turning point in this game?
It may well be a big opportunity on a couple of occasions for Piarsaigh to get that second goal. As everyone on the far side puts their hands out. Conor Hanley Clark. It's going to go short. It's broken. O'Brien! Shane O'Brien finally gets the opportunity to get away from the Piarsaigh. He grabs it near to goal and he just taps it home. Great stuff. Conor Hanley Clark delivering a lovely ball. You just got to attack those ones, don't you? And O'Brien sticks it.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you this, what a run by Shane O'Brien. Timed it to perfection. Caught the ball, went up and caught it over Rushing O'Reilly and Mike Casey's head and stuck the ball in the back of the net. John Kiley, take a look at this.
Yeah, as if he wasn't on the radar, he most certainly should be now. 2 goals in 2 senior hurling championship matches for Shane O'Brien. A reminder that he was in school in North Kilreach this season. And we just don't see too many teenagers lighting up the senior championship these days. And O'Brien is certainly one of those. As Gavin O'Mahony, many years he's senior, O'Mahony pops it off to Phelan. It's here's O'Brien, 1-on-1. O'Brien catches it. Jinx one way. Shane O'Brien. Oh!
Incredible save by Evan Condon. Absolutely. Oh, we have something going on in front of us.
Yeah, it's all kicking off here.
It's all kicking off, but I was full sure that the ball was going to end up in the back of the net there.
Oh,
certainly.
Another great take from O'Brien. Temper is certainly raised here. Kevin Downs is on the deck. His helmet is off. That was earlier in the passage of play. He's receiving treatment and a bit of involvement, I think, between Will Hen and a Kilmallock player beneath us, and everyone can just catch their breath. And suddenly they could have been 4 points ahead, but what a save. Condon stayed up as long as as long as the goalkeeper should. I think gives his body to it.
Not deflected out for 65 in fairness to Evan Condon. He got the save in it and the ball was clear. Just an incredible save in fairness. And Shane, I know he drilled it low, but maybe if he bounced it, ball probably would end up in the back of the net. But certainly you've had 2 absolutely superb saves here tonight between Barry Hennessy's second one and Evan Condon one's there. I was full sure, as I said, the ball was in the back of the net.
I'll put it to that Shane O'Brien in our own kind of unofficial stats. I think the ball has gone in at least 6 times. He's had obviously the goal and the goal chance a moment ago, and he's been fouled 4 times. And maybe there's been a couple other instances I'm not thinking of. Only in the second half.
Probably fouled 4 times in the second half.
4 in the second half, definitely. Yeah. 2 by Casey, 2 by Cathal King.
That's Conor Boylan
it's
down
actually
the ground,
Boylan, sorry, I thought it was Kevin Downs.
Connor's obviously said something though, because Johnny Murphy's pulling him aside to talk to him.
Took exception to it, but Shane O'Brien, he's just he's having a tremendous second half. And I think I said it last week on the commentary, if there was any doubt about his ability at playing at senior level, those have been thrown well and truly to the side. Not every player can make the step up, and O'Brien is certainly doing that in his infancy in the senior.
It's his movement and the ball. Anytime the ball is played in at an angle, it's his movement, and he's creating them opportunities, and he's either getting fouled or, as I said, creating the 2 goal opportunities. He's taking one and not taking the other one. But certainly, what a major turnaround! Just to put Kilmallock 2 points up.
Yeah. Houlihan with the 65. We've got one in the first half, you'll recall. Lifting and striking.
Bad wide. Bad wide. He'd be disappointed with that.
Yeah, he knew straight away.
Never worked. Never looked like going over the bar from the minute he left the hurley.
But still, the ball back lead.
Shane O'Brien putting the pressure on the puck out. That energy that Kilmallock brought. Look at that.
And there's the advantage. Oisin O'Reilly fouls Mike Casey.
Look at the urgency already.
The last 3 scores have gone to the men in green, so much needed, I suppose, reprieve for the Piarsaigh.
Interesting thing here, though, Tom, in the second half, have Kilmallock conceded a free inside their own 70-yard line?
It's going to go close, but it's going to go to left. Yeah, sorry. You're going to say Kilmallock have cut out the
fouling, and they were giving away.
Chance now, David Dempsey intercepts the puck out, but he's hooking it
just
well
wide,
to the left.
Wide.
Yeah.
You know, both teams know we're guilty of wides. Certainly, the game has really come to life, and it's a superb advertisement for Limerick GA for club hurling in Limerick.
Yeah, as
the Piarsaigh taking off, Cathal King bringing on Tommy Grimes. Tommy Grimes will probably come on where, wing back or midfield. He's gone on Robbie Hanley. Yeah, certainly Tommy's a lot of experience now. Tommy's 2015 minor, so he's 24 years of age.
Yeah, a good talent is Grimes. We've seen him play at Fitzgibbon Hurling with Mary Immaculate, if I'm not mistaken. Ball broken down immediately by Grimes, and he races onto it. Does Tommy Grimes? Has to go back though, and it's towards Dahi Dempsey. Dempsey 3-4 Kilmallock men there hunting impact, and too many steps. Well, in fairness, he did try to hand pass it and it came back to him, but I think Johnny Murphy is happy that the decision is too many steps.
That urgency, that work rate that Kilmallock didn't have in the first half certainly has come out in them in the second half in abundance there.
It was like a rolling ball there, wasn't it?
Yeah, three of them around David Dempsey. David did very well to get possession. He's probably Piarsaigh's go-to person tonight. He certainly, when Kilmallock have ruffled him up or bustled him up in the second half, they kind of taking his effectiveness out of it. But one that, Piarsaigh, they finished very well last week. They're it's nearly 19 minutes on the second half, 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, bang on, 19 minutes gone.
Another bad wide.
Houlihan just tails it to the left.
He'll be disappointed with those two.
Yeah, they could have stretched the advantage. Now, in fairness, Piarsaigh came up with 2 wides in between those 2 misplaced balls from Houlihan. But as we did say in the first half, they are human. They shouldn't be expected to score everyone, especially from such distances. As it breaks off the helmet of Conor Boylan into Will Hen. Lovely little brick flick, as I say, off to David Dempsey. And Dempsey, well, he nods, nod from an umpire to the other.
And without shadow of a doubt, he's their go-to man. That's a goal and 2 points for David Dempsey tonight.
And ball out to Paddy O'Brien. He decides to go backwards with it, so we are level entering the final, I suppose, innings of this match.
There we go
into
again.
The last
Shane
O'Brien 1-on-1.
Gets
O'Brien
hand up, takes him on
and turns on it. 3 Piarsaigh men with him. O'Brien looks to get the shot off, but the Piarsaigh do enough this occasion as William O'Donoghue flicks it away. O'Donoghue doesn't know where the ball is. Now he does, into the hand. Goes inside to Grimes. Grimes doesn't hesitate and delivers, but lost in the sun, I think, by Will Hen. And indeed, a bit wayward with the pass as it goes
a little
wide.
bit of inexperience there from Shane. If he'd probably stepped back inside, the goal opportunity could have developed. But then the experience of William O'Donoghue, the way he's gone back and covered that 10-15 yards in front of him, and it cut out the chance there and turned him over. Yeah,
just converged on O'Brien and didn't give him the space that he was afforded for the goal and that other chance he had, as the ball just trickles out over the line there. And you can see that the sun is starting to fall here in Doon as everyone on the far side forgot their hat. And they're just shielding themselves from it. But a chance now for Piarsaigh.
Someone would have some job here tonight selling sunglasses. The amount of hands that are up over the eyes at the far side of the field.
Yeah.
I think nearly everyone at this stage.
Yeah, thankfully we're on this side and in the truck, and ball drilled in, and Kevin Downs reacts quickest, but gives it away to Phelim O'Reilly. O'Reilly onto the hurley, back into the hand, looks for his brother, but that's well intercepted by Mike Casey, and Piarsaigh can try and launch the attack to try and get into the lead, as David Dempsey has an overlapping run on this side, and he's going to use it. Here is Grimes. Grimes doesn't even think about going forward with it, just plants the feet, and he passed one wide a minute ago, and now he's sent one wide here. As
there's one of the Kilmallock players gone down on the edge of the square on the 21-yard line.
I think, isn't it?
Is it Danjoy? Is it?
So in fact, Danjoy, yeah.
This will be interesting. I think he's gone in to have a chat with the two of them.
Yeah, just to confirm, a sub in there for Kilmallock is number 21, David Wolfe. A man that Leo was looking out for at half-time. He's come into the action. Just not sure who's made way at this juncture.
David will bring a certain amount of effort, amount of pace now to that Kilmallock team there.
And it's Conor Hanley Clark. Probably, he certainly enjoyed himself last week. Probably found it going a little bit tougher this week. But still a good performance. Played off some good ball.
They've a right good 52 minutes got out Conor Hanley Clark. Very effective. You know, the way he gathers ball and the quick movement that he moves the ball quickly. Is he booking Danjoy? I think he is, yeah. And that's David Wolfe handing the referee his substitute. Yeah, so he's coming on for Conor Hanley now. He's gone up into half, somewhere up in their half forward line. Two subs are going to end up marking each other here. Tommy Grimes is going to be picking up.
You want fresh legs on tired legs? Well, you're going to get fresh legs on fresh legs, as we're level now down the stretch.
I think David Wolfe won a Harty Cup medal with Art Skull Race, travelled the whole way in from Kilmallock.
Yeah, as is this case with Shane O'Brien as well. As the ball breaks down to Mike Casey, does a lovely 360 and gets it off to William O'Donoghue. Kevin Downs doesn't look for anyone inside. This is going to be dangerous. Almost played there by Adrian Breen, but it goes to... This is coming down here now to David Dempsey out of one challenge. It's Hurley's out of his hand, Tommy Grimes. And Grimes is probably thinking, I'm going to get in here on goal. But in fairness to Johnny Murphy, he probably didn't see that advantage was going to develop, and a free in for Piarsaigh.
Yeah, who's the man that won it again? David Dempsey. You know, he's had some game tonight from the Piarsaigh. His work rate has been superb. When you look at it, you know, you can see their credentials, their championship credentials the whole way in the half-hour line. When you see David Dempsey's work rate, Conor Boylan's work rate, you know, they're absolutely superb. And with Peter Casey hanging around the place, popping ball off to him, it's very easy to see why they're probably favourites for the county championship. But certainly, a score for Kevin, a free for Kevin Downs.
First scoreable free in the Kilmallock half in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the first free that they've conceded. So in that point of view, maybe Barry, when he gathered the ball that time, maybe if he'd played it along the ground, would have made it easier for Kevin O'Donnell. He tried to put it into his hand, ping it into his hand, and David got in his hand and caught the ball and won a very, very good free from the Piarsaigh.
Here is Downs. That's going to go tight, but it's going to go inside the post. And the Piarsaigh back into the lead as we enter crunch time in this round 2 clash. A reminder, there'll be 3 other games after the couple of rounds of football. Oh, ball spilled there now. But plenty of room for manoeuvre for both these sides, given the fact that they won in round 1. But they will certainly want to get one over familiar foes as Paddy O'Loughlin gets onto it, falls into a couple of challenges. Nothing doing, says the referee. Gets it off to Robbie Hanley. Hanley gets it off. Well, he thought he had it off to Graham Mulcahy, but again, there's just so many Piarsaigh bodies there as David Dempsey gathers at the second attempt, goes back to Mike Casey, and Casey has the presence to pick out Tommy Grimes, and Grimes has hit a couple of wide since coming in. This one, he's
snow on that one.
Yeah, put snow on it, and the guy didn't get the distance either. He sends it wide for another Piarsaigh wide. Kilmallock now chasing the game once again. Come back here, and here's Paddy O'Brien. O'Brien looks to deliver. He does towards Oisin O'Reilly, and again there's a tussle for it, but David Wolfe is dispossessed by Mike Casey, and Casey bounces it into Will Henn. Another little flick from him off to Keith Dempsey, I should say. Dempsey dispossessed wonderfully by Aaron Costello, well read, and it finds its way to Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell needs to deliver a good ball now.
Shane O'Brien again.
It's a 1-on-1 for Shane O'Brien. Is he going to spin his man? He is. It's on McAvoy. There goes the foul. And Emmett McAvoy is the man now charged with shackling Shane O'Brien, and there's a foul there. And in fairness,
is this the third member of the Piarsaigh full back line to be booked for fouling Shane O'Brien tonight? I think it is.
Yeah, and it's Emmett McAvoy.
Another
graduate of the Piarsaigh school system, and he
probably played Harty together. I'd say the two of them did.
Yeah, I think Emmett maybe a couple of years older, but they would certainly know each other, and they got to know each other on that occasion.
I think Shane has played 4 years Harty, so
that's true. Yeah. Forgot he's a prodigy of sorts, stepping up well before his years. Houlihan, having missed the last 2 place balls, will I suppose put an extra emphasis on this one to try and level it up.
To bring it back level. Hard enough free now.
Cuts
wide.
Across it. And
wide.
He put it wide again. Disappointing from Houlihan. Just
last 3 frees.
Yeah,
are they going to put maybe Oisin O'Reilly on him, or even Shane O'Brien? Shane O'Brien can hit frees as well, I know.
Yeah, and he hit them in Croke Park earlier this year. Patrick Swell, 2-16 a hand. 16 is the latest score that I have to hand on that one. And
turned over. Here we go.
Yeah, chance now. Graham Mulcahy. Will he be on the score sheet this evening?
That's the score of the game.
Yeah. Graham Mulcahy brings the size level again.
Absolutely. Is what's left in it? Probably a minute or 2, I'd say.
I think by my own watch here, we don't have the luxury of the graphics that they have. It's 3 minutes of normal time.
3 minutes left plus injury.
So who's going to put their hand above now and try and claim this one? Goes back to David Dempsey. Dempsey
out to Mike Foley.
Yeah, Foley. I haven't seen him have a pop yet, and now he does. Mike Foley straight between the sticks.
When it comes down to the tight game, and the Piarsaigh are the ones that they're getting their little nose in front the whole time. They're keeping themselves there the whole time. Yeah,
Declan Fanning with Benitez there, the Piarsaigh coach. She's not too happy with how they're set up for this puck out, or indeed for the last one. They have their hand in front, but the Piarsaigh win the break of this one. Who's going to finish the stronger? Out to Tommy Grimes. He wisely, I was going to say, it's going to be 1-on-1 here. It's going to go just to the right.
Too long.
And I don't think Tommy Grimes...
Adrian Breen was inside his own there.
One.
If that had just dropped that a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it's a chance now for Kilmallock to launch under that. Grimes has got on an awful lot of balls since he's been introduced. Doesn't get onto this one though, as it's with David Wolfe, Houlihan, lovely little pull, finds it out to Paddy O'Loughlin. It's going to go all the way to the line. There's no flag up though. Play continues. Robbie Hanley has to hit it without looking. Hanley sends it in. Shane O'Brien one-on-one. Casey slips. They both slip, and it just flicks off.
Wide,
I think the hand,
wide.
and just wide.
Emmett McAvoy definitely did enough there to off-put Shane O'Brien. Or was it Mike Casey? It was actually Mike Casey.
Yeah, Mike Casey on that occasion. There is a sub now.
Sean Long is coming on from the Piarsaigh. He was originally due to start. He was number 5 in his back. They're bringing him on as a sub now.
Yeah, just to see who Sean Long replaces. So
William Hen is being taken off here in the forward line. So they're letting their sweeper back there. They're putting an extra man back there, trying to hold on to the 1 point lead.
Pragmatic, if you like, 59-minute sub. There as the Piarsaigh look to put maybe an insurance score on it now, as Breen got a point early in the first half. Kilmallock tried to swallow him up there, and Tommy Grimes gets it off to Breen. Breen comes in and off the right hand side.
2 point game.
It's a 2 point game, and it's a wonderful score from Adrian Breen.
His second point of the game tonight. Very well worked. Can't beat experience. Just turned around, made the space for himself, and came back in across the field and struck it over the bar. Yeah,
and the score elsewhere, I'll just remind you very quickly, is Ballybrown 220. Mungert 114, so it looks like Ballybrown going 2 for 2 as Barry Hennessy launches one long. There's a tussle for that one. Phelan O'Reilly, there's someone sitting on the ball, Tommy Grimes. And it'd be wise of the referee to throw this one in. And just when they needed it most, the teams in Piarsaigh have come up with the goods. And who will come up with this one now? Picked up well by Gavin O'Mahony. Sends it off to Kevin O'Donnell. O'Donnell opens out. That's going to go close, but it's going to go to the left-hand side and wide. The wide count beginning to grow now for the men from South Limerick.
3 minutes of injury time. That's what they're calling it, is it?
Yeah, we're not unconfirmed. But it looks like we're going to have three minutes or so. Yeah, we'll try and find out exactly, but it talks to 3 minutes. As that again appears to come up with it, and it's Breen again. Breen, well hooked there. Gathers it again though. Kilmallock, 3 men in there with David Dempsey smarting for the loose possession. Couple of bodies, more than a couple now on the ground, and this is suiting the Piarsaigh to just
absolutely
keep it up in this half.
Totally suiting the Piarsaigh. A little bit of Minolly, Baruch, all on the ground. Wasting another 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, what about Adrian Breen? He's, by his own very, very high standards, has had a quiet game, but comes up with a point at such a crucial moment and comes up with a possession there now, albeit he didn't make much of it. But
yeah, but that's the experience, these guys have. And you see him last week, they were in a little bit of bother last week, 10 minutes ago against Doon, the home club here tonight. And they got over the line. That you can't beat experience, and that comes from being in the situation that they've been for the last 10 years.
Yeah, as Kilmallock though would like to have the final say in this.
There you go. There's the sweeper back in front of Shane.
It's Ronan Lynch on this occasion who intercepts it, and he drills a pass into Peter Casey. Casey, 2 Kilmallock men converging him. Casey
wide,
just to the left hand side and wide. Kilmallock not waiting around at all. As Kevin O'Donnell hesitates, but now delivers long. Shane O'Brien. There's the sweeper once again, but O'Brien can get out in front. Can he fail? Or Oisin O'Reilly? O'Reilly, without looking, opens the shoulders. That's going to go close.
Yes, Gavin taking.
Oh, that's a great score. Great score without even looking.
Game.
Yeah, 1 point game. And Oisin O'Reilly, the man wearing a midfield number, but operating certainly in the forwards.
Probably get one more chance now to make it either make a draw of it, or next thing, or the Piarsaigh will get over the line here.
Ball sent long.
One more minute.
From the stick of Evan Condon. 2 or 3 men go up for it. Paddy O'Brien goes up for it. Referee Johnny Murphy allows play to continue. Paddy O'Brien is on the deck. Fintan O'Connor is not too impressed by the lack of a decision there. Paddy O'Brien got on to pick the ball. Kevin Downs came in and clattered him. And everyone will be wise just to relax and try and play for this next ball. It's easier said than done though in the heat of championship.
It's eating all time eating into the clock here.
Yeah, if we did have 3 minutes, we have only 30 seconds of that left. So.
Yeah.
Possession crucial.
This is the most important. Here we go, Michael
Houlihan. He was disappointed with those missed frees earlier, but he can do something about it now. Hand passes those straight to an Piarsaigh man. He ran out of options, and here is Tommy Grimes. Grimes fluffs the hand pass ever so slightly, sent inside, and
he picked it up off the ground.
Picked it up off the ground. Johnny Murphy was whistling straight away.
Get one more player. Is Johnny calling for the ball? That's it.
There is the full-time whistle, and a bit of an anti-climax. It was Conor Boylan who thought he was in for a goal. He thought he was in for a penalty, but Johnny Murphy says neither is doing, and we're now out of time. And Kilmallock run out of time as well. They made a very spirited comeback in the second half. Perhaps the turning point was that save by Evan Condon. Well, Evan Condon save, that it would have been two quick fire goals from Shane O'Brien. But
also, it's a very, I hate saying this, but it's a very hard job to do, is be a free taker. Those 3 frees that Kilmallock failed to convert at the start there, halfway through the second half there, when the game was in the middle pot, to go 2-3 points up, and they just didn't take those opportunities. But certainly, I'll tell you this, it's going to be a very interesting fixture later in the year, because I think these two teams will definitely meet each other again somewhere later in the championship. The difference Shane O'Brien has brought to that Kilmallock forward line is immense, and when they get really in their top flight in fitness levels going in later in the championship, it's going to be some battle between these two, because I know the Piarsaigh have 1 or 2 players to come back in there. You see the benefits of Tommy Grimes when they brought him in there in 10 minutes to go. Jerome Boyle and another player that's going to come in and steady up that in the Piarsaigh backline. But it's going to be a very, very exciting championship come later in the year, Tom. I will be looking forward to that one now.
Yeah, well, disappointment for Kilmallock, a bit of ecstasy, if you like, early in the season for Na Piarsaigh. They've made it 2 wins from 2, but plenty of hurling still to be played across this group. Another, I suppose, 3 games to be played, as we see Mike Casey out discussing things with the referee, Johnny Murphy. I thought Johnny Murphy did have a fine game. He let things go as best he could, but it's Na Piarsaigh come up with the 1-point win. Once again, we'd like to thank Doon GA for hosting us here this evening, and what a fine evening it was for hurling. And we'd also like to thank Martin Ryan and Sons Haulage, who are over the road in Cappamore, for providing us with the platform and this truck, and just made the evening run a hell of a lot smoother for us here. So thank you for joining us, and we'll certainly see you on the stream in the very near future.